After 60, your body changes, and the fruits that helped in your 40s might not be what your body needs now. Not all fruit is the same. Some support your joints, some calm your digestion, others quietly protect your memory. Let's look at 7 fruits that don't just taste sweet. They help your body remember how to heal. Most people think of fruit as just healthy, a good snack, something light. But when you're over 60, fruit becomes something more. It's not just sweet, it's strategic. Because different fruits carry different signals to your joints, to your brain, to your gut. And the right ones, eaten at the right time, can shift how you feel within just a few days. This isn't a diet. It's not about perfection. It's about giving your body messages that it still knows how to understand. Messages that say, you're not done healing yet. Hash 1, blueberries, brain and memory to clarity. You're not forgetting on purpose. You're not slowing down because you want to. And it's not that your mind is failing, it's just not being nourished in the way it needs now. Blueberries aren't just sweet, they're intelligent food. They carry anthocyanins, plant compounds so rich in pigment they act like shade for your cells. And your brain, especially after 60, craves that kind of shade. Why? Because inflammation isn't always fire. Sometimes it's fog. It's the reason you walk into a room and forget what you came for. It's why you lose a name right when you need it most. It's why some thoughts feel like they evaporate mid-sentence. Anthocyanins don't reverse age. They slow the signal loss. They help neurons talk again. Not louder, but clearer. Even a half cup of blueberries a day can soften that fog. Not all at once, but gently, like a light clearing in morning mist. And you may notice it not when you're trying to remember, but when remembering suddenly feels easy. This isn't magic. It's quiet protection for a mind that's still capable, still curious, still very much alive. Your brain doesn't need rewiring. It needs reassurance. And sometimes that begins with a spoonful of something blue. Hash 2. Bananas, steady energy and heart rhythm. Bananas rarely make headlines. They're not exotic. They don't sparkle on superfood lists. But after 60, sometimes the quietest foods offer the strongest support. Bananas are rich in potassium, a mineral that works behind the scenes to help your heart beat with rhythm. Your nerves fire smoothly, and your muscles contract without cramping. But there's something more. Bananas help balance your body's water rhythm. When potassium is low, you might feel bloated, stiff, or tired even after sleeping well. You may not notice it as a deficiency. You just feel a little off. And for many, that off shows up mid-morning after a breakfast that spiked too fast and crashed too hard. Bananas are different, especially when paired with healthy fat, like almond butter or a spoon of chia seeds. They release their energy slowly. They don't shout, they sustain. Try half a banana in your oatmeal, or blend one with cinnamon and yogurt as a mid-morning lift. You'll notice not a burst, but a steady, quiet rhythm that your body recognizes as safety. In a world that demands quick fixes, sometimes the most healing thing you can offer is something boring, something old-fashioned, something that says, let's keep going, without the crash. Hash 3, avocados, joints, skin, and recovery. Yes, it's a fruit. And no, it's not trendy hype. It's been trusted for generations, not because it's fashionable, but because it's foundational. Avocados offer the kind of fat your joints thank you for, long after you've finished eating. Monounsaturated fats that reduce inflammation gently, without shouting in your bloodstream. They also help you absorb vitamins A, D, and E, nutrients that support skin elasticity, bone resilience, and cellular repair. If you wake up stiff, in your knees, your hands, your back, it's not always wear and tear. Sometimes, it's just that your tissues haven't had the right materials to rebuild. Avocado gives your body soft strength, the kind that doesn't push, but supports. That doesn't energize in a fake way, but restores from underneath. Slice half an avocado on toast, mash it into oats, or eat a spoonful with sea salt before your morning walk. And watch how the body begins to loosen, not just move. How your face looks calmer, not just your skin clearer. Because healing after 60 isn't about tightening everything back. It's about feeding the flexibility you still have and giving it permission to move again. Hash 4, prunes, digestion and bone health. Most people think prunes equal sign constipation, but that joke has cost this fruit the credit it deserves, because prunes do something most fruits can't. They work on two systems at once, your bones and your gut. They're rich in sorbitol, a gentle sugar alcohol that draws water into the colon, keeping things moving without harsh force. But they also contain potassium and boron, two nutrients that help preserve bone density and slow calcium loss, especially after menopause. You may not feel your bones thinning, but you might notice knees creaking more on stairs, fingers bending slower in the morning, a small fall that leaves more soreness than expected. You may not feel your digestion struggle, but you might notice that heavy, full feeling after lunch, a belly that feels tight, not in pain, just slow, a need to push through the afternoon. 1 or 2 prunes after lunch might feel like nothing, but over time, you may find your body breathing easier inside. Not because it's empty, but because it's moving. Not because it's strong, but because it's being supported quietly. This isn't old-fashioned. This is ancient logic wrapped in dried sweetness your body still remembers how to use. #5. Papaya, gut repair, and skin clarity. You may not call it inflammation, but you feel it. That heavy, lingering fullness after meals. The way food seems to stay longer than it should. The way your belly feels, not in pain, but not quite peaceful. Papaya might be the most underrated healer in your kitchen. Not because it's trendy, but because it does what your gut is quietly asking for. Relief. Without effort. Inside papaya is papain, a natural enzyme that breaks down protein before your digestive system has to push. It's like a pre-digestion nudge, offered with kindness, not urgency. When your gut gets to rest, even just a little, other things begin to calm too. Bloating eases, gas lessens, your mood stabilizes because your gut isn't in distress, and papaya doesn't stop at digestion. It's also rich in vitamin C and beta-carotene, nutrients that brighten skin, support the immune system, and reduce inflammatory reactions from the inside out. This isn't about glow. It's about quiet clarity, where your skin reflects the softness happening inside. Try a few slices mid-morning or after a heavier meal. Cool, unhurried, unrushed. Papaya doesn't challenge the gut. It cooperates. And that might be the exact tone your body's been missing. #6. Pomegranate. Blood, flow, and brain. Some fruits feel bright. Pomegranate feels deep. This ruby-colored fruit doesn't just nourish, it reminds. It helps your blood remember what rhythm used to feel like. After 60, blood vessels become less elastic. Circulation slows, quietly. And sometimes that shows up as heaviness in the legs, fog in the brain, a sense that your energy doesn't move the way it used to. Pomegranate supports the very system that keeps your brain clear, your heart light, and your breath deeper. It contains polyphenols, natural compounds that support nitric oxide production, allowing vessels to widen and blood to flow without strain. It also supports hormonal balance, especially for women after menopause, helping regulate mood, reduce hot flashes, and ease that sense of being off without explanation. You don't need much. Just a few ounces of pomegranate juice 2 or 3 times a week. Or a small bowl of the seeds eaten slowly, like little rubies with a pulse. This isn't about lowering your blood pressure. It's about releasing tension from systems that have held too much for too long. Your heart doesn't need to push harder. It needs space. And sometimes, a fruit that remembers how to make room. #7. Grapes. Eyes, blood sugar, calm. Grapes are small, but they're not simple. Inside each one is a rhythm your body still remembers, even if it hasn't heard it in a while. They contain resveratrol, a compound that helps regulate blood sugar by slowing the absorption of glucose and supporting insulin sensitivity gently. Not to crash, not to spike, just to smooth. They also carry lutein, a nutrient that supports eye health, protects your retina, and reduces the oxidative stress that quietly dims vision over time. But grapes do more than nourish organs. They calm systems. In small amounts, they remind the nervous system that sweetness can be slow. That pleasure doesn't have to arrive fast and leave you feeling hollow. Try 8-10 frozen grapes after dinner instead of reaching for dessert. Or pair a few with cheese or nuts in the afternoon as a gentle midday pause. You're not feeding hunger. You're feeding a moment where your body gets to feel that not all sweetness hurts, that some still stay long enough to help. Because healing isn't about removing sweet. It's about reminding yourself that sweetness, like everything else, can move at your pace now. You've eaten fruit your whole life, but no one told you that some fruits support aging bones, some protect memory, some help your gut feel safe again. You didn't choose wrong. You just weren't given the new instructions. And no one told you that your body, after 60, starts asking softer questions and needs answers that come without pressure. Now you have those answers. Now you can eat with rhythm, not just routine, with intention, not restriction, with trust, not trial, because healing doesn't always mean adding. Sometimes it means listening first, pairing wisely, timing softly, and feeding the part of you that never stopped trying, but simply wanted a gentler way to be understood. The fruit didn't change. You didn't fail. You're just ready to eat like someone who knows how to listen back. You don't need another set of rules. You don't need to count, weigh, or track. You just need to listen to how your body responds, to how your mornings feel, to how your energy holds through the day. These fruits aren't magic, but they remember what you've forgotten. Your body still knows how to heal, as long as you give it food that speaks its language. And maybe, just maybe, today's breakfast was the first quiet sentence in that conversation. Tell me in the comments, which fruit felt familiar, which one surprised you, and which one do you want to start with tomorrow? Sometimes healing starts not with what we eat, but with what we're finally ready to talk about. Next time, we'll look at 3 healthy food combos that secretly cancel each other out, and what to eat instead, so every bite supports the body you're actually living in now. Because not everything labeled good is good together, and you deserve food that heals without contradiction.